We are on chapter 10, Give Us Your T-Shirt. Okay guys, let's get into this. We flew down the mountain onto the prairie in Custer State Park and hung a right to the west. Tourists were parked all along the shoulder taking pictures of a small herd of buffalo that had gotten out of the fence, which wasn't unusual. Some of the tourists were out of their cars and getting much too close. Hadn't they seen the yellow diamond-shaped warning posted every couple of miles along the road? They pictured a buffalo dumping a stick man head over heels. Check this out. Quinn was pointing to a man in shorts and a Hawaii shirt, snapping pictures as he went. The guy was walking up to a humongous buffalo bull that was lying down and chewing its cud. The tourist finally held up 5 yards and kept shooting as the bull rose to his feet. Not a good sign. Didn't he? Some water. I felt myself calming down at last. Vaulting over a buffalo, Quinn started, and where'd you come up with that? Brady, you did a 36 at least. You even stuck the landing. I can almost remember. Oh yeah, it was from a Liberty book. A Liberty book, eh? Yeah, I was doing a report on ancient Surrey. You know the island in Mediterranean? Yeah, they had this sport that was like bullfighting, only different. It was more of an athletic contest. Instead of killing the bull, the idea was to grab it by the horn and vault over it. You read that, and you remember it? I was really into the illustration, so that's supposed to explain everything, I guess. No way. What were you thinking? Trying to save the kid? I wasn't thinking, I just react. You ran so fast, you were a total blur. What's going on, Brady? What are you talking about? I'm talking about the way you ran circles around me with the basketball this morning. The way you attacked Iron Mountain like a Tour de France rider. Both of us were amazing enough. Okay, you saw the Buffalo Vault deal in a book. That doesn't explain how you were able to pull it off. What's going on, you goofball? I wish I knew. How long has it been going on? Just since this morning. Something happened to you, Brady. This isn't normal. I know. Well, do you feel any different? I'm getting a sort of tingle all over. I kind of struck my finger in an electrical outlet all the time, or does it come and go? It comes and goes. Does it hurt? Not really. I'm kind of used to it. You think I should go to the doctor's wing? I hate going to the doctor. I wouldn't, as long as it doesn't hurt. Maybe you're a genetic mutant, something like that. You get to be 14 and a half, and this genie nobody else had suddenly kicked in. Just what I want to be a mutant. I wish I had it. Whatever it is, with that, we got to go on our bike. The easy route home would have been to go through the town of Custer. We stuck to the original plan, hung a hard right, and started the climbing up the Needles Highway, another narrow and twisty mountain road. Quinn led the way up, and we didn't do any racing. We stopped at the top, where the roads threads its way through 30 and 40-foot granite needles. Then we buried down the other side of the mountain through the tunnels and alongside Sullivan Lake and the crown jewels of the Black Hill. It was late in the afternoon when we rode into Hill City. Both of us found our eyes drawn to Grabba Java. The drive-thru was closed, but Maggie was still inside cleaning up. Crystal was outside at one of those picnic tables drinking a smoothie. Naturally, we had to stop and check in with her as we slid in on the other side of the table. Crystal asked about our ride. We said it was great. And then she kind of bit her lips and said, "I hate to tell you this, Brady, but Buzz and Max are really fried at you." I gulped, and blood at my temples began to pound. "What about the meteorite in your backpack?" I made the mistake, I guess, of telling them about it. They told me this long, confusing story about coming onto their place, them saving you from Adela, you claiming you'd come over to give back a rock that Adela had taken from your mother's flower bed. That's all true, except the rock he'd taken the flower bed was my meteorite. That's the part they were fried about, you faking them out, not telling them the truth. What exactly did they say? What? That you were a big liar. Yes, I've really done it now. That's the last thing. Need getting those guys mad at me. I'm sorry, I brought it up. I thought you'd want to know. Don't feel sorry, Crystal. It's all my fault. From the corner of my eye, I saw Quinn looking at me like, "You didn't tell me about this whole episode, and why not?" Still trying to explain myself to Crystal. I said, I guess I didn't trust that they'd give it back to me if I knew. Give it back to me if they knew what it was. You thinking but they would have? She would only shrug. I hope they let it drop. Brady, those guys can have long memories. Tell me about it. I thought Crystal said good luck, which was ominous. We got on our bikes and headed for home. We were 5 minutes down the Mickelson Trail, riding side by side before I broke the silence. "I'm an idiot," I said. Quinn didn't want to argue the point. What he said back there went our invitation to see those guys demo their catapult. Okay, guys, come back next time for chapter 11. I'm your host, Michael. Like and subscribe, and bye, guys.